Hello, everybody. Hi. How are you doing? Welcome to a new live stream. I have red licorice and a mocha. Life is good. When I have cymbals, say hello to my crash. And my china. I've been making lots of drum samples. Good evening, Chris, Marcel, Keith. Well, it's actually morning here in Idaho. Todd, Thom, Andy, Kasako-san getting up at 5 a.m. You are a madman. Ken, Thayer, Les, Yives, thank you all for joining. And everybody else that joins. That's just the handful that have showed up so far. Anyway, it's great to see you all. Thank you for joining. My name is John Lehmkuhl. For those of you, very few, that don't know and are not part of the Guru Nation and like, what the heck did I just join? That I clicked the link on YouTube or something. I own a website. Let's see here. I need to go over here and show my toolbar. Hide. I own a website called PLUGINGURU.com. We make synth patches and we sell them for all sorts of plugins. This is the list of all the plugins that we have libraries for. If you go to Omnisphere, there's like 40 libraries. At this point, we have more libraries, I believe, now for Unify. I think we're up to 45. Takes you a second to go, you want something new? And so all of these libraries, and I think there's even more if I click this. Nope, that's all of them. Okay. Are available for Unify. The newest one being Electric Dreams, which is electric guitar, bass, and drums. It's for Lana Del Rey vibe, Cigarettes After Sex, bands like that. It's all the libraries are at 50% off because it is Black Friday. And I am one of these funny people, kind of sentimental. And this is the 13th Black Friday I have done. And so for me, I want Black Friday, the 4 days of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to CyberMonday. That to me is the biggest sale of the year. It's the pinnacle of sales. And so I didn't want to just do a 50% off type of, like, we do that sale a handful of times through the year and stuff like that. And that's what we're doing right now, because I don't want to go below 50% for my libraries. I'm okay with going to that point, but I will never buy 8 of my libraries for $29. I would rather be buried in a grave somewhere before that happens. But I will go to 50%, and I feel that's fair. But for Black Friday, I wanted to make something even more special to make it like the best sale for 4 days. And so what I came up with, and I've gotten email both in the positive and in the negative, that how could you do this? You released the library. I bought out last week. We send you the link for free. It's not a big stickler. It's just something fun to make these 4 days special. And if you send a note to us saying, I wish you weren't doing that and I already bought a library, or else I spent all money elsewhere, or whatever if you write us, we'll let you have it for free. It's not a big deal. I'm not making a big deal out of it, but I am making it so if you do buy something from the website right now, you get a free library for Unify. And it has a separate folder of the samples in WAV format. So if you don't have Unify, you can still use them in any DAW or sampler player. And it's this library right here. Here's the artwork for it. I'll tell you, AI it's crazy that you can do things like this and give it some instructions. And I said, someone's stopping a cymbal with their hands with dramatic lighting and fog, and it made this artwork. So thank you, AI. Especially since I put this library together in the last 4 or 5 days. Like I said, I've been sampling a lot of drums. This is just a couple of my kids. But the idea behind this is it's just a handful of useful samples, and then Unify lets you do crazy things with samples beyond what you can do inside of pretty much any other playground I can think of. And so I have taken those cymbals and done some crazy things with them. And I want to show it to you now. So the first one is this one. And the cymbal layer is right here. And it's being used in kind of a crazy... I have all sorts of processing going on. There's a LFO that's going... If you bring this all the way up, right? So maybe let's back up a step. Let me go back down here to the bottom and show you all the samples. And then I'll show you how I use them. How's that? So it comes with 42 samples. 22 samples, I believe, from this crash. And then 20 samples from my Wuhan, get the Wuhan showing here, Rivet Crash, 22-inch crash. These rivets are great. Give it a little bit of extra sauce. So there's a sample of the crash, the China. And then rolls, different rolls. I think there's 4. Some have this kind of a low. I had a little pause in that one. Then this one just right into being all sort of proud. And then after that, oh, there's one more. 2 more. Stops. Yes, I was wearing earplugs. Yes, my ears still have a little bit of fatigue from these cymbals when I recorded them. Sound like the Gong Show for a second, yeah. And then after the stops, I played it like a ride, but I damped it at the same time with my hand. As like rhythmic elements and stuff like that. Because these are sounds you don't, a lot of libraries don't have these. A lot of libraries that give you the cymbals, they'll give you like 80 rolls, but they don't give you any like accents and different things and stuff like that. So there's more coming. I got a library in the works that's gonna be really cool. This is just a small sample you can play with now as a bonus for Black Friday. And then there's a crash cymbal. Then there's mallet rolls on this. Are they matte for GM? No, they're not. And then there's sticks. For rolls. Both tasty little flourishes as well as that kind of stuff. And there's stops. You know, Eye of the Tiger. You know, that kind of thing. And then shorts. Okay, so that's the library. There's 42 samples, both a whole bunch of China cymbals and then a whole bunch of a crash. And then I played with them. And I made a whole bunch of different BPM cymbal grooves. Both things like this, where it plays a crash. And you can go to the pitch knob to determine what crash cymbal you want. But let's go over here to Electric Dreams, our new library. And let's go over here and combine this with something like a BPM guitar that I can jam with, like, I think Stay Here a While is... It's a little loud. But you hear the crash cymbals, they're hitting on the 4s. And then there's the cymbal roll here, right here. So you have crash cymbals on the 4 with rolls in between. So you can just layer that with something, and now you have a 4 major crash in between, right? Type of a thing. Okay, so there's that, and then we get into more like things like rhythmic things, things like accented. Oh wait, let me get this one going. Hey Jens, thank you for your words, man. Yeah. We're easy going, man. We just want to feed you all sorts of cool sounds. That's where it's at. So I'm going to go over to the Titan 303 library, because this has all sorts of really cool. If you don't have this library, this is a really fun one. Change it to Unify layer, and let's go to BPM drums, and let's get a kick. Let me bring these guys down just a little bit. Let's get a snare. Maybe another snare. Let's get Halsey in there too. Let's get some hi-hats. So these cymbals, they work really well for all sorts of energy, you know? Hey Don, welcome. And there's a knob over here on the 3rd page for the patterns. So you can... Athena! There's the 2nd page has distortion. So if you want to just be more like a noise element, you can get it set that way. Are you guys here? Yeah, okay. Hi, Care. Hi, Hannah. Sorry. No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure that I heard voices and that it wasn't just me hearing voices in my head. Yeah, so there's all these different patterns that you can combine with all the other libraries inside of here. So here goes cymbals, hits, rolls, and stops. Let's go back here to normal. Here's steady head for just something that just keeps a nice steady groove. Thrasher. If you go to Rad Bad Beats, this is another drum loop library because I love grooves. There's all these really cool grooves, and some of these are a little bit on the aggressive side and work really well with this. Like if we go, is it like Force of Nature. So the crashes, they work really well in all sorts of cool contexts. Keeping it real. Let's go tuning. Bring down to K. Bring up the Send 2, which goes to the Omega delay and to reverb. So you can trick these out into creating all sorts of harmonic, rhythmic, interesting things to play with. And this library is free. Just buy anything at the website, and when you get to the checkout page, at the very bottom of the page is a link to download the library for free. There's no license number to it. It doesn't go into your database. This is just a short little 4-day, it's a little snowflake. And when it melts, it's gone. Monday night at midnight, it will be gone. And that's it. So it's just a little thing to make this Black Friday. If you buy something during this Black Friday, it makes it special. And I just want to make it special. And if that offends you, if you're upset for any reason, email us and I'll send you a link for the library for free. I'm not trying to make this a difficult to enter gateway. I'm just having fun, making sounds. Like I said, this is Black Friday number 12. And when you've done a whole bunch of these, you just can't, especially as people get more aggressive with starting sooner and sooner in the year. I wish it was only Friday to Monday. And in the first couple of years, that's what it was. And then everybody started getting earlier, and I'm not going to have the Black Friday until so I'd wait till Friday. And then I'd start my sale, and everybody had spent all their money. And so the sales were okay, but they weren't what they could have been if I was like selling earlier when everybody else started. So I have to start earlier with everybody else because that's what the market kind of has decided, is that Black November or something. But I will always, just so you know, next year I'm going to find something really, really cool to make that will only be available probably for Black Friday to Cyber Monday again. Because I want to make those 4 days special. I want to make it a reason to call it Black Friday. It's called Black Friday for a reason, right? So, but again, I'm not trying to make this like some like difficult. You have to buy. If that bothers you that you need to buy something from my website, just send me an email and I'll send you a link to the library because it's not a big deal. But it's only for 4 days. So there you go. If you have nearly all of the libraries and you can't find anything, please just send us a note. It's not a high pressure. You have to figure. It's just easy. It's just send us an email saying, "Hey, I think I own everything. And we'll send you a link." There's no pressure. We're not judging. You know, it's all easy. Thank you, Andy, and cheers to you. I hope you all are doing well. Anyway, so this library, it goes a little bit farther. Once you get to where it says tricky, this is where I start adding, let's go back to normal and say tricky. Bikini. Yeah, that's not going to happen over here, my friend. I'm not a bikini kind of guy. 13 is slow sweeper. Yeah, if you have the same issue, hopefully you've emailed us. Because we've sent links to a whole bunch of people that have emailed us. And again, Taylor and myself, it's no high pressure. If you are one of our 5-star guys that own like every library that you want, and it's like I don't really see anything I need to buy, then don't, and just come email us. I'm just trying to have fun, you know? So this is another one that's really fun. Here's super slow. And for those of you that have the problem of owning all my libraries, I sincerely thank you. That's a beautiful problem. I'm sorry you have that problem, but I thank you for having that problem. So there's all sorts of different ways to use these samples, right? Here's asking for directions. Again, you take something like this, you put it in a groove. Let's go to Mega Metric Guitars 3. There's all these drums that are made from banging on the bass guitar. Oh, wait. Revert back to that. Oh, wait, not this one. Give me back my browser. Revert to... I don't think I edited anything, so it didn't save it. So let's go back here. It was supposed to be asking for directions. Here we go. Mega Metric Guitars 3. You drums. Add these as a Unify layer. I forgot to click. There you go. You can go down here and add a guitar. Let's say Dreamy, Granny Church. Off you go. So fun. There's so many ways to use these. And then I went farther. That's not all there is in the library. Some of the really cool things are down here when I then added these things with drums. Oh wait, let's just go here for a second. Unify layer. These are like the bulletproof and stuff. This is from the library of just Unify drum kits. Oh wait, bulletproof. Spyware. Techno. And then there's some pads. These are really fun. Inflection point. Got nice filtering, all that kind of good stuff. And you have the cymbals up there just kind of giving you some like rhythmic interest. It doesn't sound like just a hi-hat or something or a shaker, you know, it's like, and because there's enough of these, if you go to like all the hits, there's enough of these short guys that you can do some. It doesn't sound like you're playing. You're not playing just one sample, but you put that in the mix. Right? It just makes it sound like you're playing different places on the hi-hats. So that way you're not just playing one. Anytime you play just one sample, you get into, I've heard that sound before, the repetition sets in, it's boring. But it's like, oh, that guy knows how to get the right sound for the certain accented pieces that he wants. Because a lot of drummers can do that on a repetitive cycle and have it sound like that. So, again, it's not a big deal. It's a free library for buying a library at my website, or you can write us an email and we'll give you a link. It's not a big deal. Not at all. Just fun. Black Friday is special, and this makes it the best, best sale of the year to have a little something extra added to the library. Yeah, so there's all sorts of fun examples of that. And then the last thing, oh wait, let me show you the other, this Lost in Old Memories was really fun. This one, check this out. This has an LFO doing filter fun. And then there's one pump here. Let's turn off the pump houses. No LFOs. It sounds like this. But I'm using the LFO inside of Guru Sampler to play with the filter. Up and down, right? This is called building block programming. You're using different LFOs to do different things. And then I have two LFOs that can only affect volume here. And it's not 100%. That'd be too much. But I have it about 80%. And then on top of that is another one, just doing 16th notes. And again, it would be too much if it's 100%, so you just have to do a little bit. And now you have really cool harmonic interest instead of just sitting there. And rhythmic interest at the same time. So once you put that into the mix, it's there and then it's gone. And you can like go over here, make this even longer, like say to 2. Or to 4 if you really want to like pace it out so it's really slow. See it's coming up. So you could change this speed of just a filter, and that alone gives you enough interest to like change how it will fit into the cycle of your phrasing of your song. Like if I had this back at 1, now it has something to say like all the time. And if the filtering's too much, just bring down the cutoff. So it's just none or a little. And I just have the rhythmic interest. But if I didn't have any of these, let's turn all these off. It'd just be sitting like this. See how it just is like, yuck. So it's not about just the layer itself, it's what's happening to keep it fitting in the mix of the sound. You don't want that. So this first pump house is doing a volume shaping. But having it just sit there at the same frequency content is boring. So use the LFO, turn on sync so that it will continue to synchronize and play whether you're playing notes or not, and then bring up the filter cutoff a little bit. Like if I did too much, like that's too much, right? You have to just do a little bit. Now, what you can do, if you want to get tricky, let's expand on this. Let's double this. So say duplicate. Let's bring this up here so they're close to each other. And let's take this down an octave, so it's down to just 12. And let's have the volume be at 0. So I don't hear it yet. Let's go to our knobs. I only have a couple knobs here, just... What is that even doing? Oh, it's just sending the sins. Okay. So let's go to this knob here, and I'm gonna say, let's do this. Let's have it. This is a really cool box because this says the current value is what's gonna be the starting value and the end value. So it's just gonna make a straight line so I can decide from there what I want to do with that parameter. And so I can go over here to the Motion Rain, Guru Sampler. I wanna go to LFO cutoff depth because that's what I'm changing is the filter cutoff. And I'm gonna say, let's duplicate this for the second layer since I made a duplicate and it's an octave lower, but you don't hear it. And then I want this to slowly go up in value on both of these. So they're gonna get brighter. And I'm also, my mouse. I have two monitors that are different resolutions and Apple computers have bugs when you do that. I'm gonna go over here and also go to Piano Rain and say mix level. And it sets it at 0 because it's currently at 0, and then I'm going to bring this up. So now as I bring up this knob, watch what happens. So we start with it 0. Let's call this magic sauce. Mix. Magic mix, that's better. So you're playing your song, it gets close to the chorus, so you start to bring this up a little bit. Right? You know, there you have your drums come up and do something. Now, if you wanted to do even more, let's also do this. Let's go over here and say, stay at the current value that it's at so I can decide what I want to do. Guru Sampler, filter cutoff. Let's have that also go up, but kind of slowly. So we're gonna give it a bit of a curve shape like this. So as we start, it's just it by itself. And I'm going to duplicate this really quick. Go duplicate this also to the second layer. So this way it's doing it to the octave lower one. You're building. And it gets too loud. So let's not have this get so loud. And we want to also go mix level of this and have it come down just a little bit. So this way, as it gets brighter and everything. So you can see it kind of didn't work quite right. If I wanted to, I could do this one more time. Let's say duplicate this layer, and let's bring this up here. And instead of that sound, let's go to an even brighter, bold sound. Let's go BPM pads. The biggest, brightest sound we have in the catalog is Battleborn. And let's go over here to Magic Mix and duplicate the layer 2 stuff. Go duplicate this. And duplicate the filter cutoff, but not the volume, and we'll just have it stay down here soft, so that way it goes from kind of not being noticed Why are you so loud? Okay, let's go over here. Need to fix this a little bit. So you're not supposed to be quite so loud, so softer. That octave lower has just got a lot of juice to it. Mix level, you come down a little bit more. And let's do this. Let's say mix, and go over here to the third layer and have it get louder so it grows. All right, let's see what this sounds like. And I need to have the filter cutoff of 3 go up like this, and the filter cutoff depth, let's have this drop on layer 3 so we don't get any motion at all. Oh, you know what I got to do? Let me see. Layer 3. When I bring this up, is it coming up? No, I've got the gain. Oh, you know what it is? I have gain. I selected the wrong thing. Duh. Filter gain, not gain cutoff. Filter. This is supposed to be what? The LFO cutoff. That's what the problem is. I'm doing gain. Silly me. So let's get rid of these guys. Accidents happen. All of these tricks you were showing us are in the 6 different tricks. Different tricks in it, you know, I'm doing different things. I was playing with the wrong parameters. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get rid of everything. Start over one more time. I want to have it, let's just say on layer 3, go to the filter cut off and have that helps right there. And let's go filter mix level and have it start soft and then get nice and loud. But you see what I'm trying to just get it to be like the chorus has something else bigger happen. The other thing you might want to do is go over here to the effect of the first pump house depth, bring that down, and let's duplicate that for all these guys here. So duplicate, so then just becomes like just some big bright pad thing, right? So now it's going to bring down the depth. Then you bring this back down. I need to control the mix of layer 2. So let's go over here. layer 2 mix, 0 when we're here. The idea. Let me save this as an edit and I'll give it to you guys. Old Memories version 2. Go save as save. I'm going to make a couple other patches in the live stream for this library, and then at the end I'll give you guys a link, okay? Just remind me, don't let me forget. Yes, buying a library during the Black Friday sale, this library is yours for free. On the checkout page, there's a link at the bottom of the checkout page, and if you miss that, you can email us and we will get you a link, because it's just fun. Oh, the noise is still going on. I'm going to do just a little bit more playing on this. The levels for here, maybe not quite so high. And let's have another for the mixed levels of number 1 and have it come down just a little bit. Working? Yeah. There's a lot of reverb, isn't there? So let's have that go down too. So we're got the piano. Let's see, where's my... Alright, so let's do this. Let's bring down the magical delay volume. So you go to this knob. We're still at the same volume beginning, stem volume and ending. We go over here to the auxiliary buses, not the instruments, but auxiliary mix level. And we can just bring this down a little bit. Let's go like this so that it only comes down the most towards the end. So now it's a... Maybe we could have it even like the, let's have the LFO depth played with again, because I deleted those. So let's go down here to LFO cutoff depth. There. And what I love with Unify that no other synthesizer I know of does is when you're modulating parameters and you're changing the minimum and the maximum, when you click and drag, you hear in real time the result. It's just so helpful to be able to do that, to pick out where you want things to be. So now it's really quiet. Start to bring it up. I mean, that's kind of the idea. So let's update this. So we hold on Option or Alt and click Save. That will update this version 2. Okay, so there's one other patch I want to make right now, and then I'm going to show you the Prophet 10. I wanted to make a really fun, let's go to the rolls. Okay, here's all the cymbal rolls. All these samples, right? So let's open this up, and I'm going to go over here and change it to reverse. That's kind of cool. Now, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to choose just one of the samples. Let's go over here and say forward first so I can pick out what I want. And let's say unpitched. Let's play with that one, for example. Now let's reverse this. Okay, I'm going to put this into like massive reverb. So let's go reverb, delay hall, a little bit of the dry, but 100% wet, super long. Let's keep the frequency high. So it's a really, really cool just, oh, it's going to do a phasing, so I got to set this to be just a single note. Let's say legato. So if I play multiple notes, it still does its thing. I want to try to layer this with a pad. I thought it'd be kind of fun. So let's say a new layer, and I'm going to use these presets. This is an area in Unify I haven't shown a lot, but we have the ability to say empty layer, which makes just an empty layer. But if you want, you can choose one of these and you can make your own. So like I made an Omnisphere 2 where I chose some patches and saved them as presets. All you have to do is say, let's make an empty preset just so you see how you do it. I'm going to choose the plugin I want. I'm going to say Guru Sampler, and I'm going to choose the Unison. And I'm going to go low pass. Have it go an octave lower, right? And I want to have it do a sweep. So you kind of see the vibe I'm going for, right? This is going to be an element. Just becomes this cool noise element in a pad. I can keep adding things before I save my preset. If I wanted to have a certain reverb or a delay or something, I'll make this something so I can give it to you guys. So I won't use the third party, but you can go to your third party and use any reverb, any effect you want. Let's just use, let's use water verb since it's got a really nice chorus in the reverb. Getting there. It's getting there. Let's have our not go all the way to 0. Let's have also a little bit of filter. And I'm distorting, so hold down Option to turn everybody down a little bit. More. Not that much. And let's make this a little bit faster. So a little bit here. That's still slow. So let's go like this. There we go. That's shaping it better. I need some sort of big sting on the downbeat. Yeah, Daniela, I will deal with you and the buying after. She's trying to buy more than one copy of something, and my website's not set up for that. I have to talk to you, and we will set up. Let's talk after the live stream, okay? Back here. Now I want a downbeat, so let's go over here, say new empty instrument. Oh, I was gonna show you how to save this. So if you wanted, like I've made this now with water reverb and a nice synth with the shapes. If you go here, this little bullet, and you go save layer as a preset, you can choose what you want to save. I'm gonna put in my JL personal just so you can see where it goes, and say filtered synth. Let's just call it filtered synth. Good girl, Athena. And now if I go over here and I go to instruments, to the JL personal, you'll see filtered synth. If I choose this, it will make a new third preset layer, and it will put it there. Let's take this one up an octave. So we'll go like that. Now let's pan them a little bit left and right, so 24 on each one. I need to have some sort of a hit that's going to hit and go down. So let's go over here and go Guru Sampler. That's how you can use layer presets. So you can make presets of any favorite patch of yours from any plugin, and that way you just say, call this up, and it will call up the layer, call up the plugin, the instrument, and any audio effects you have at the same time. Super, super powerful. I'm gonna go over here to one of these bonus folders. We have some cool hits and stuff in here, I believe. There we go, hits. Let's do this. We need to go to our Flex EQ. Maybe bring down the low just a little bit. Let's put a nice bit of splash of reverb on this using maybe data verb. This is why we have so many different reverbs. They all have different characteristics. You can also use different reverbs in the same patch, and it doesn't sound like you're using the same reverb in the same patch on every oscillator. Maybe I need something to accent the high end a little bit. So let's go over here to EQ, Flex EQ. And for those of you new to Unify, our Flex EQ is the EQ of choice. And it has a low shelf and a high shelf, and then two what we call parametrics. What that means is that, let me call this up inside of Logic so you can see it visually. We don't have visuals for this. If you go over here and you set it to be like this is like a low shelf, high shelf. So as I bring this, oh wait, this doesn't do it that way. Can I change this? Oh, that's this one. Let's say 0. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so here's your shelf. See how it's open and it's not got a like an emphasis point? So when you use the low shelf, everything below this 117 frequencies, they all go up in volume. So, and the high shelf is right here, right? So if you use these and you set it like this, then it's going to frequency enhance everything above that point. So that is our high shelf and our low shelf. And so if I use these on like, I'm going to try to use the high shelf so that everything like 3,500 hertz and up gets enhanced. That makes that hit stick out a lot more, right? And then maybe there's like weird frequencies in there, so you'd use a peak to like, here, let's turn these guys back to 0. And this to 0. A peak is one where you can like say a certain frequency and then you want to get rid of it or you want to enhance it. So by using a peak, right in there, it's kind of ugly. So I'm going to minimize that some. And then I'm going to use the low shelf to really hit the low end. So I've now decided what frequencies I want to enhance and not enhance. And let's have this hit only play for the top half of the keyboard. So I'm going to right click up here, drag down to C4, B3. And the other way to do this is you can right click on this top note and then play the note. This way, I have the pad and the cymbal. And then down below I have the hit with the pad. That's kind of fun. Let's call this our Z Pad Alien Stinger. A-L-I-E-N. Right? So this is hit and pad swell with reverse cymbal added. Made in the, no, I can't believe it's almost December. Can you believe that, guys? December 30th live stream. Oh, let's put the date. So 20 years from now, someone can laugh and go, wow, this is 2024. Live stream. Okay, save as, and it's to the right, and we've got to call this a pad. Save as, save. There. So we have this. And just for fun, I'm going to take the pad elements, right click, and make them only play up to B. So if I want, I can play a high C by itself, just to get that cymbal effect. So I can get that cymbal if I want every now and then. So since I've saved this, let's play for a minute. I'll show you, I kind of hear a place where it could be used. Let's see, do I have it? I don't have it in my list. So let's get it in my list really quick. So go reveal in the Finder. Let's see, go over here to, is it? I don't think it's a temp outs. No, it's right here. In our Unify libraries out, I want to put Core Station into this. I think it might be fun. So add a library to libraries folder. Rebuild. So I hope that helps you to understand the Flex EQ. We've got shelving and we've got little parametric all in one EQ. So it's super powerful for being able to clean up things and emphasize certain frequencies. So I'm going to go over here to Core Station, and let's go to like a BPM. We could do the whole orchestra just for fun. What the heck? So say Going to War. This is loading up brass, strings, and woodwinds from the BBC Symphony Orchestra, all using MIDI box to play sequences. Note take a minute to load up. I muted everything. I've soloed this layer, so you just hear this, right? So woodwinds aren't there yet. Oh, there they are. And the French horns. And I'm going to want a little bit more wind on the winds. There. Now let's combine that with our hit, see what we get. Let's go over here to the BPM elements in the chord station library, calling it Orchestral Battalion. Not Bastille. Let's say Going to War. Load that up too. It'll take a second to load the drums. Oh, I loaded the brass. Sorry. Not the brass. Going to War brass we don't need. We wanted drums. Like say BPM drum. Driven 16ths. What the heck? Let's try that. Turn everybody down. Let's see. Hot Pursuit. Let's try this groove. See what it sounds like. So fun to combine them. I got an idea. Let's go over here to the Titan library. Unify layer. Let's go BPM drum, get a kick. Let's get a snare. Faster. Hey, it all works. You know? Okay, let's get back. So anyway, you see, you can take off on crazy tangents. But anyway, we got Alien Stinger in here. And you can see how you can add it to other things, right? Okay, I got a couple plugin announcements to give you guys. Number one, our friend Brian Clevenger at Rhythmic has finalized and gotten out. I'm so proud of him. He got out Synestia version 1. So if we go to Rhythmic, and most importantly, for those of you that are not aware of this, would like to try it and then maybe buy it, you know, you want to try it first. Here's the link. Is this free with only Unify purchase? No, it's free with any purchase. Every purchase receipt at the bottom says, because I included the samples as WAV files so that if you're working in a DAW, here, I'll show you the library real quick. So here's the library, Black Friday sale. It comes with a Waves folder for the Crash and the China samples. So you can go China Crash, and the cymbal rolls right there, right? So for inside of Logic, if I drag over the roll mallet over here as a wave file, it's right there. So then I can line it up so that it is going to be like this, so that it hits right at the downbeat of measure 3, stuff like that. So no, it's free with any purchase of any library from the website. Just on the confirmation page, after you've gone to PayPal and you've taken care of things and it comes back and here's your link to download, at the bottom of that page, if there's any problems, email us. Taylor or myself will get you the library link. Even if you don't buy something, I'm just having fun because it's Black Friday. So, but ideally buy something and then you get it automatically and then you feel good that you bought something and you get a really cool bonus. That's the whole idea behind this. So all the samples for both the wave and the crash are included, as you can see, as 48 kilohertz, 24-bit wave files. Okay, anyway, Synestia is now at version 1, and he has a demo version. You can try a free demo of it now. He just put this up last night. So you can, and it's also still available at its introductory price of $79. Let me show it to you really quick. It's a really, really, really cool plugin. Let's do this. Let's call up like this. Oh, let's make it simple. Let's just go init. And let's call up Guru Sampler, make it a sawtooth. So okay, and let's put Synestia on this. So SYNE, there it is. So it has some incredible sound design tools. But the thing that's really interesting is harmonic synthesizers that can do So if you have the dry, you can turn on MIDI. Now you get into all sorts of really... Along with delays, as you can see, it has a number of slots for effects to be put into a chain. There's now 300 some plus presets, so there's a ton of things to play with. And from here, the macro page is available. So you can find something that's close. And then play with the parameters to modify the effect. It's really clever to put these right here. Really cool distortion. Some really, as Daniela will tell you, the distortion. That's just the wet feed. If we want to add something to this, we could add, let's use a diffuse delay. So you can add things to this if you want. Really, really cool. Filterverse has octaves and choose different things like fifths and so forth. Fourth, fifth stack. So it's an effect. It could be an audio effect, and you can use it on synth tones. put this on the drum grooves. Let's go over here and say BPM drum. Let's go Synestia. You go over here and you can choose what type of effect you want to find. I want rhythmic stuff, so now so fun. So, if you want cool effects, the inventor of Absinthe from Native Instruments, he's created Plasmonic, which is his musical synthesizer, and then this is a new thing he's created and just now released in its version 1.0 version, just out the door in the last handful of days. Version 1 of Synestia is available. So, that is really cool. Okay. Sound great on simple drum. Yeah, drum percussion loops is a really fun place to hear this being used. Here, let's go to something simple harmonically, like the drums inside of Mega Magic Guitars 3. This is the BPM drum grooves. Find something. There we go. Synestia. That's fine. And you can turn on the pitch. So you can use rhythm and these are the notes for the chords, so you can create up to, I believe, a 6-note chord. Then transpose it. Right? Really, really fun stuff. So many. Over here to the pitch-related stuff. So I'm playing different notes that are getting the different. Where's the main end. So it's playing on the side bands. You can control this as a mix, add the dry. Cool. Okay, see you, Todd. Cheers, brother. Fun stuff like that. So anyway, it's really, really cool effect. I gave you guys the link. There's a free demo now you can try out, and it's still at its introductory price. So it's win-win all around there. Next up, I have something really fun to show you from our friends at Cherry Audio. They've released a monster of a synthesizer, the Prophet 10. Looks beautiful. Of course, you know, the 3D introductory price. It's $59 introductory price, which is a great price for this. And we can find it right here, P10. Let's see, get this keyboard back in line. Actually, we might not even need the keyboard because this interface is rather large, as you can see. Am I an octave down? I am an octave down. Here we go. Let me check the interface here. Yeah, let me turn these off for a second so you can see all of this. It's mammoth. It's the dual layer, 2 Prophet 5s in 1 synthesizer. You've got control over the balance of the 2 layers. So one side's being used for the drums. Got great retro vibe to it, sonic wise. Very nice. And again, I think one side is just the pad. And this side, rhythmic elements. They combine them. Really nice. Really, really nice. All sorts of patches, of course, because Cherry Audio, they know how to make everybody happy. Big claps. You can split the keyboard, of course, so you can play chords or melodies. They should have this so that the left hand is playing the lower part of the keyboard, but if you initialize, there's the mixer for the 2 oscillators, and there's mixing for each side. So the filter over here sounds great. You know, it's got great tonality to it. You see the voice assignment here. If we go to layer B, how do we turn that on? Let's see here. Here's the lower view, and oh, they made it green. Cool. And there's got to be some sort of a volume somewhere here. Layer. Midi channel, upper, down, up, down, up. I'm not going to try to figure this out in front of everybody, but somewhere there's a way to, as you can see between layer A. Oh, here we go. Player, normal mode, double. There we go. So the play keyboard mode is for you to determine whether it's engaging both layers, whether it's a single, double, alternate. So let's see if we go. I need to get my volumes up on the other. Oh. balance here. And I'm on the green side, so you see the green here. And if I go over here and choose my panel view to the upper, it changes to red. So you've got 2 layers, depending on how you choose here. So it cycles between the 2 layers, which is really fun. All sorts of cool ways to use it. And it's at $59, which is a great opening price. A lot of people are buying this. I've seen a lot of feedback on my feeds and stuff out there. People are really impressed with this one. So if you need a new synthesizer, and I believe you can go in here to focus, and you see that they even like have like the reflections of the other knobs inside. Somebody was pointing that out to me, that they made knobs that had little reflection details of the panel. Really good stuff. All right, so that is out for everybody to enjoy. Do we have any questions? Okay, any questions on anything? I have family here, so I might make this one a little bit short to go join them. They're in the other rooms and stuff. We had a really nice Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. So once again, the big news of the day is that it's Black Friday weekend. We have a sale going on. If we go pluginguru.com, if you go over here, that maybe I didn't do it. I was going to try to make, maybe I'll get it up there. I made something and I didn't put it up yet. I think I even have it. Yeah, I have a Black Friday banner. I just forgot to put it up. On the website, there'll be a banner here explaining the details, but there's a library that we're giving away during Black Friday for free with any purchase. Any of these multitudes of libraries for all sorts of plugins. They're all 50% off to start with. But I like Black Friday being special, and we've had the Black Friday sale going on for a week and a half or so. So for the next 4 days, there is a free library called Cymbals, Hits, Rolls, and Stops, which is available for free with the purchase of any library. Just as a little extra thank you for buying something during this time of the year, just to make it, a little more special. And if you already own everything, if you think it's unfair, if you just want the library and you don't want to buy anything and you don't want to play along with this little offering I'm offering, email us at unifysupport@pluginguru.com. I'll get you a link to the library. I'm not trying to make a big deal or pressure people. It's just an opportunity to get new sounds and have fun and get a free library at the same time. And it's a library combining cymbals of being hit, rolls, different lengths of time rolls, stops, and then short hits. So you can use it in a rhythmic way, kind of like hi-hats. But instead, it's with this big guy. Oh, did you fall down? Oh, get back up here. There. Yeah. That's the Wuhan China Crash. And over here is a Zildjian Emir 2 Rock 20-inch crash. And I play it and you damp it. And for this cymbal, I use both softer mallets for rolls as well as sticks. Right? Up to the nice splash, and you put that in a mix, and it just sounds lovely. And then the hit, stuff like that. So it's a free library with any purchase at the website now through Monday night, and then the library goes away. This sample map will show up in a future library, the exact same map, so that if you sequence something now, it will work with the same samples across the keyboard. It's just a chance to play with something free now, instead of waiting until next year sometime when the library comes out. Okay? So that's the plan. Any questions? Let's see here. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, Mega Magic Pads is a cool couple of libraries. Mega Magic Pads Volume 1 is single samples. For those of you that want a little demo, I'll give you a demo. Mega Magic Pads 1 is single samples that have really cool stuff. Oh, new patches you created. Thank you. We'll do that. Anyway, Mega Magic Pads Volume 2. I will get the library to you in just a second. This is using multiple elements to make each pad sound. So when you play Mystery Romance, for example, a lot of libraries would give you this complex pad, and that's it. But not in this library. I also have it available as a multi, so that you have each of the layers and the fourth element is a motiony thing that would like play in sequence, so that it's put these all together and it sounds basically the same as this, but now it's elements, it's the layers. So I can turn these down, and I could put, let's say I want to go over here, let's go to EQ, filter max, high pass. So I could get the high one just to be the like high stuff. Right? Versus the way it's first called. Or each of the elements. And sometimes like there's a dry version and a wet version where there's processing and reverb. And this is a library I made when I was in Mexico, in San Miguel de Allende. And I was playing around and got all inspired to do this, like, hey, what about a pad library that was elements? And so this has like Sculpture Garden. Here's all the samples. We also have it as a multi. So you have those elements to play with. The free library from, oh yes, let's see, let's go over here and go like this. Well, first of all, let's put this into the free library so that I can add this. So we need to go over here and say libraries. And I'm going to open this up and let's do this. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go over here to Unify, to the libraries, and we're going to copy over the hit, stops, and rolls library. And then we're going to go over here once it's done copying. And let's go over here, and you don't need the samples, and we didn't do any new MIDI files, and patches, date modified. Don't need any of them except the last two that were new. There. So now when I compress this, compress, and let's call, hello, please open up for me now. Copy, So let's call this, you probably can't see this, I'll put it down here, hits, and call it bonus. Cymbal, hits, rolls, and stopped. Bonus, live stream, okay? And then we need to change the zip to a Guru so that you can just drag it over Unify and it will install. Use Guru. All right, now we can put this into where I want to put this, into here. Ta-da! Copy Dropbox link. So here is a link for the bonus. Now I have so many Unify patches. It'd be nice if there was a search bar for the libraries as well as presets. Oh, as far as the pull down list of libraries, ooh, yeah. We will take a look at that. You can definitely, I don't know. That's an interesting one, Jim. But yeah, there's a lot to get managed. Thank you. You include the multi-vert. Yeah, of course. The multis make it more valuable for this library. I was like, how can I expand on Unify on the most of the pads in Mega Magic Pads Volume 1 are more one element. So it didn't lend itself, you know, a lot of these they can get complex, but for the most part they are simpler. Oh, this is the synth version. Let's go over here to pads. I love Pianos in the Clouds. Isn't that nice? Hey, Bobby F. 4F. So, Pads 1 was a simpler one. For Pads 2, I had the concept, I'm going to build layers and have them work together and interact. And so it was a different concept for the two. Yeah. Okay, think about it. Okay. It's just the interface, there's so little real estate and management of the interface is so challenging. I mean, we do have the ability, if you click this little bullet right here, you can just turn on certain libraries that you want to have show up. And if you hold down, I believe it's Command or Alt, I could say I just want these libraries to show up. And now when I close this, now I only have these libraries in my search database to show up. So this is, you know, one way to simplify. But if you do have 300 libraries and you have all the unified for all the plugins, I do understand the list gets long and a bit to manage. That's one of the reasons why the library is organized by names, with the name at the beginning to differentiate the unified to the plugin guru to the modern Simra, so that different companies they have their own little section in the database to show. You know, a simple search for certain libraries would be great. I can't promise. There's just no room for it. I don't know where I would put a search window here for how to search for libraries. It's if you have some ideas, email us some suggestions. It just means extra clicks when I want to avoid using. I understand. I understand. It's just there's only so much space, and if I add something, then things have to be small. There's other things in this list that we're wanting to make more fleshed out and developed. You know. If you have some suggestions, I mean, maybe from this page we could have a search for like only showing or something like that. Maybe. Would the subset page work? Version 2 next year. Version 2, it's in the works, but it's not until next year because it's awful lot that we're trying to do. Jim, would it work if it was here to like limit the search? You know, stuff like that. Cloud City version 2. It's yeah. I got some more work to do there. Yeah. Okay, that would work. Okay. Well, maybe we'll look at this. You know, the list of requests is kind of long, but we'll see what we have. I understand what you guys are talking about. And a lot of you have a lot of libraries at this point. So, okay. I get multiple guys that have hundreds of libraries chirping in. I love it. Okay, so once again, really short. Any library you buy right now at the website, you get this free cymbal library. It's got 42 samples that are hits, rolls, and stops. And I threw in some bonus little short hits for 2 different cymbals. And then there's all these BPM pads, BPM grooves, which all you have to do is go to any other library. Let's go to Mosaic. Let's go to BPM pads, motions rhythm. Let's add that. And the fun thing with Unify is if you loaded it as a new Unify layer, you can always open this up and say, maybe I want to use this one. It's my fault. And I also added on the macro knobs the ability to half time it or double time it. Right? Turn on Pump House, and you can get some really cool, like, simplifying the rhythms from complex rhythms. All sorts of fun ways to use this stuff. Anyway, it's a free library with any purchase. If you own all of our libraries, email us. We'll get the library to you. It's just a fun thing to do because I like making Black Friday to Cyber Monday something special. So this is a special little thing. What is the distinction between BPM and ZBPM? So ZBPM are patches that are rhythmic but are like complete reprogramming of the source. Like up here, I don't have any BPM patches. These are just the pads. And I wanted to differentiate between libraries where there's like the samples that are just the core of the library, the pads. If you go down here to the Z pads, these are pads using more than one layer, and they get into all sorts of additional programming. I'm getting the filters involved. I'm getting different effects. I'm taking them out of just being the samples by themselves. So anything in a Z something means that it's enhanced. I've used steroids, you know. Like this is using power string C, right? And if you go up here to the pads, you'll find power string C right here. So the Z is just more of this is using just basic parameters without filtering and so forth, right? So that's the difference. And so all of our libraries, I try to differentiate. If you go to like even like Megametric guitars, this way the guitars and the core of the library, the drums up here, these are the elements. Then up here are the full grooves, right? And you come down here to the Z. Here I just for Z, there's like a sweetest tattoo. And then what we did for the Z down here was we actually did demos where you can call this up. There's audio demos on the SoundCloud. If you just play a note, this plays the whole demos. all the long sequences for the songs we wrote for this library. I haven't done this for all of them, but for these, since we just used this library for all the sounds, it's just one note. Fun stuff. This goes into get down and groove. Let's see if I sped it up. '76s. I don't know. We haven't put like advancing to certain measures and stuff like that. We should do that. But we did this for a couple of the songs just to show that you can load up MIDI files. And I'll play an entire song with super long, 44 measure long MIDI files. A favorites icon to the libraries. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at expanding favorites some ways, so we'll see. Okay, well, thank you all. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Got to do something with your loved ones. The holidays has started. We have all the fun stuff going on there. And for the next 3 days, you got a free library you can get when you buy something at the website, which is also at 50% off. So it's a great chance to add another library to the collection if you want. And if that's too much, just email us and we will send you a link, okay? I appreciate all of you. Thank you for going. Good to see you, Northwood. Do you know where I just find maybe a new range rover, John? Okay, thank you all. Shout outs. Let's do our shout outs. Shout out from Idaho. I'm in Eagle, Idaho now. Shout out from Eagle, Idaho. We're in Finland. I love this. This is my favorite part of the whole live stream because we get to see where everybody in the world is at. It's like, how there's 70 people here. Where are they at in the world? Where are you at? We got Grand Camino Island and Washington. Come on, some more of you guys pop up. Snowy Canada. Oh, okay. Sweet. Cold. I'll bet it's cold. Here in Idaho is like 24 degrees this morning. Very cold. Scotland. Hello, Scotland. Kasaka-san in Japan. Domo arigato gozaimashita. Arigato. From Cologne. Awesome. Look at that. I love how everybody's around the world, all over the place. But it's freezing here too. Yeah, oh, Wisconsin. You guys are so cold right now. Man, I've seen like snow out conditions and stuff around the lakes. It's crazy. Peaches, good to see you in Arizona. Hello. Good to see you, Daniela. All right, well, thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this. It's always just a fun, free thing because I love my customers so much. So thank you for your support. We will see you all next week for another fun, crazy time. We'll find something else to show, I'm sure. All right? Take care of yourselves. Have a great week. Happy shopping for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff. And see you later.